Hi. I'm home, finally. I feel like shit. Sorry that I'm not, like, actually sitting up and putting effort into this, but, like, dude, I've been through a lot. Oh my god. It's, 3 o'clock on Friday, and my surgery was on Monday. I haven't taken my wristbands off yet. It's like poking me. I have so much to tell you guys. Oh my god. I'm gonna try to make this quick. So I rewatched the videos that I made on my phone from like when I was in the hospital recording. So the last video I took was on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pretty much right after I took that video, I started having like serious problems. I went for a walk after I took that video. I had been dizzy for kind of a while, but I walked anyway because I knew that I needed to walk. I was dizzy the entire time, but I wasn't about to pass out. I could have kept going forever. Like, I felt fine walking. I wasn't really in pain or anything. I mean, I was, like, you know, but it wasn't unbearable. Like, I definitely could have kept going. And they were telling me, you know, I think you've done enough. Like, maybe you should take a break or something. Like, they were acting like I was overdoing it, and I was like, dude, like, this is literally nothing. We walked for like 5 minutes. Like, I mean, I don't know how long it actually was, but it felt like I literally did nothing and I could have kept going forever. So anyway, I laid back in bed after I got back from the walk, and then I just started feeling really sick, like super nauseous, even more lightheaded, really hot. That's pretty much it, just really gross. I laid in my hospital bed with my feet up, like on the part where my head goes, so I was laying the opposite way to get my feet up in the air. Yeah, I just felt so horrible, and I was so tired. I was so sleep deprived that day because the night after the surgery, I guess I like only got a few hours of sleep. I was feeling so sick that it was really hard for me to fall asleep, which was really annoying because I know that I really needed it. But eventually I was tired enough where I was like, okay, I think I can go to sleep now. And I was in kind of a lot of pain, but I decided, you know what, I'm so tired, I'll just sleep through it. My nurses were like, you should take your pain meds, and I was like, no, I'm good, like, it's too painful, because I had my IV right here and on my wrist. Most of my pain medications were really painful when they like pushed it in, kind of thing. Some medications really sting when they go through the vein. I just decided, you know, like, it's been so long since I've taken any pain meds. They're probably all out of my system anyway. Like, it's tolerable, so I'll just go to sleep and whatever. So my doctor had me scheduled for these pain meds, and I guess I had been refusing them for a few hours or for the whole day or something, you know, because I was afraid of it hurting through the IV, and I thought that I didn't need it because I felt so good like the first day after surgery. So my pain was probably at like a 5, which is like whatever, you know what I mean? So I was thinking, okay, a 5 with no pain meds is like, don't even take the pain meds, like, it's fine. So I fell asleep without taking pain meds, and then I woke up 2 hours later in the most excruciating pain I've probably ever felt in my whole life. It was insane. My pain was probably like a 9. It was so bad that I couldn't breathe, because keep in mind, like, my surgery took place on my abdomen. So like, this is where your breathing happens. So when you breathe, your lungs inflate and they push against all those other organs and stuff inside. And when you're not injured, you can't tell that that's happening. But when you just got surgery on that area, you can feel everything. Every breath hurts. It like pushes against those muscles and organs and stuff that were just operated on. So I literally couldn't breathe because it hurt so bad. And I could not walk, I could not move. It felt like I was being cut open. Like, it literally felt like I was being stabbed, but it wasn't like a stabbing sort of sensation. Like, you know how stab is quick? Like, it's like a, it wasn't like a one-time 1-second pain. It was like a very steady, constant pain, but it was such a strong pain that it feels like I was being stabbed. So if there was a way to make a stab keep feeling like stabbing for like a long time. That's how I would describe that pain. It felt like I had just been cut open. It was awful. I probably felt something very similar to what a C-section feels like. But what's crazy is they did not make any new incisions. They went back in that same hole that they created where the stoma was. They pushed my intestines back inside, and all the tools that they used and stuff went in that hole. So they swear to God they did not cut me anymore. They did not make any new incisions. I guess all the pain is coming from them stitching everything back together. Because, sorry, I can't breathe right now. Because I can imagine there was like a huge gaping hole going all the way inside of me, and they had to close that up, you know, all the way from the inside up to the surface. So there's a lot of stitches in my body right now, on my muscles and on my organs, and like it fucking hurts. I was very upset and caught off guard when I woke up because I had assumed that it had been long enough since I had taken pain meds already that they had already gotten out of my system, and that the 5 out of 10 pain I was feeling was as bad as it was gonna be. And I had no idea that a 9 out of 10 was underlying that. So yeah, I was bawling. Oh my God, I couldn't breathe. I was crying, couldn't turn over in bed, couldn't do anything. But obviously couldn't sleep either because I was like dying of pain. I pressed the call button in my hospital bed. I was saying, oh my God, like I'm in so much pain, this is insane. And they were like, do you want your pain meds now? And I was like, yes, please, like, are you kidding? And they were like, well, you didn't want them before. And I was like, okay, well, I'm in so much pain now that I don't care anymore. So I knew that it was gonna hurt so freaking bad going through the IV, but I literally was like, no, the pain that I feel right now is so much worse than that, I don't even care. What is so annoying is they actually found a way to dilute the pain medications through the IV so that when they did it again, it didn't even hurt. So that meant that all that time that I was like refusing the pain meds, I could have literally gotten them and it wouldn't have even hurt. They gave me the pain meds through the IV. It was not bad at all. It took a little bit of time for it to kick in. I was very miserable for many hours, and I wanted to tell you guys so bad, but I literally was like so disabled that there was no way in hell that I could have taken out my phone and started recording. Like there was literally no way. And my friend, oh my God, she is such an angel. Charlotte, I love you. You are literally the best. She was literally on the phone with me for like at least an hour. And it was literally just me freaking the fuck out because of how much pain I was in, and like sobbing and crying and having the worst time ever. Oh my God, she is a real one. It was like the middle of the night too. Like, oh my God. Yeah, that was horrible. I think after a while I was finally able to go back to sleep, and then I probably was woken up a few times in the middle of the night to get vitals taken and to, you know, get more medication and whatever. I don't remember, but they do this routine where like every 4 hours they wake me up. So I think I actually didn't sleep that well that night either. I probably didn't fall asleep until like 4 a.m. maybe, I don't know. But I could not like stay asleep. Like I would just wake up on and off every few hours, and the pain was just so bad, like it would not go away. Like even with those pain medicines that I took, it like only got it from a 9 to like a 7 or a 6. Like it was still pretty bad. I'm sorry, my camera died and Rocky's being a bad boy. Don't you dare jump up here. You're gonna hurt me. No, please don't come up here. Oh my God. No, stop. Stop. Oh my God, whatever. As long as he doesn't jump on my belly. He's just literally, okay, he just laid down. So yeah, they would give me medicine and they would come in later. They'd be like, so how are you feeling? Did the medicine help? And I was like, no. I'm sure it was helping maintain the pain because, you know, it would have been that same thing probably where if I stopped taking it, it would have been worse. But nothing was making it feel better. So like from the beginning to the end of the day, it was either staying the same or getting a little worse. So I think I saw my surgeon that day, the day after I was having that extreme pain. She came in and she was asking me how I was feeling and how I liked the medications and explaining how the surgery went and you know, what the next steps are. I told her that I was in a fuck ton of pain and I was having a horrible time, and she was like, okay, I'll change your meds, we'll find you something else, something better. Damn, I have to pee, hold on, bro. Wow, there was literally no warning for that. Oh, this is gonna suck. Getting up is so hard, especially off of this couch. It's like a trap. Okay, BRB. Hi. I was gone for a really long time. I like came back, but I was too lazy to turn the camera on. So I realized that there was a detail that I forgot to mention. So after I had that really horrible night where I woke up in the worst pain ever, as I was starting to sort of calm down from that and stuff, and my pain meds were starting to kick in again. Oh my god, I can't breathe. Why can I never breathe? LOL, post-surgery problems. I remember saying that I probably fell asleep at 4. That's not true, because at 4 they changed the dressing on my wound. So got some pain meds, started to calm down. I was about to like go to sleep, and they're like, well, we need to change your dressing today, so do you want to do that like right now that you're feeling slightly better, or do you want to wait until you wake up again? And I was like so out of it and so exhausted. I was like, fuck it, like let's just get it over with, let's just do it now. So my nurse ripped off the huge bandage that was on my belly, which was soaked completely. I mean, it was dry, but it had soaked all the way through the whole bandage. There was a lot of stuff in there. There also, okay, I'm about to describe to you what the wound is, because I'm pretty sure I haven't told you this before. I think I found this out like after I made the videos or something. What I was expecting was to wake up from surgery and have a stitched wound on the surface. So where the ostomy was, I knew that that was gonna make a hole, and I expected that to be stitched up. You know what I'm saying? So basically like a butthole of stitches on my belly. That's what I expected to see. So turns out she did not stitch it together on the surface. There was a huge gaping hole in my belly still. Like it was never stitched together on the top. So basically it was described to me that she stitched all my insides back together up to a certain point. So there probably is about an inch between the surface of my skin and the bottom of the hole that she did not stitch. And they did that on purpose because they want it to heal from the inside to the outside. I was under the impression that they were gonna have to stitch the surface before I left, and I got really upset about that because I was so relieved going into surgery knowing that she was gonna do all my stitches when I was asleep. So then finding out that she was gonna have to do more stitches when I was awake, that made me really freaked out and anxious. So anyway, she was changing my dressing and she was explaining like there's like a big hole and I have to like clean it out, and it's stuffed with gauze. So I have to take the gauze out and stuff it again with more gauze and whatever. And I think that was even more painful than the 9 out of 10 like waking up screaming in pain kind of thing from, you know, surgery. I think her cleaning, you know, it was awful. I think she cleaned it with saline and wound cleanser. And I think she just used gauze to sort of wipe it. And my whole body was so tense. It was so terrible. I was flexing my whole body. My legs, I think, were like in the air. Like I was doing like almost a reverse plank. Like I was laying on my back. My abs were so clenched. My legs were up. Like everything was, it was so bad. Could not relax for the life of me. And obviously clenching my abs after having those operated on was horribly painful by itself. So yeah, and then there was the stinging and the burning from the cleaning stuff touching the open wound. And it's like not that bad. Like I'm being a little dramatic. Like it's not like a huge gaping hole, but it's probably like not like that big. Pretty damn big. Maybe the size of a nickel all the way around. I refused to look at it. I was picturing something so disgusting. I was picturing it to be like purple and bruised and crusty and like nasty and bloody and just horrible. So I didn't want to see it. I was way too scared, and I also was picturing stitches all over it. So she cleaned it out, and she kept asking me if I wanted to look, and I was like, no way, thanks though, like not happening. And so she stuffed more gauze in after she cleaned it. I'm guessing she just took like a 4x4, just one little piece of gauze, and just pushed it into the hole, which did not feel good at all. But oh my god, pulling it out, it might even be more painful than pushing it in. Oh my god. I can't breathe again. Okay, so she taped me back up. She put that bandage back, I mean a new bandage back on. And she was telling me, hopefully you'll feel more relief. Hopefully it won't hurt so bad now that it's got new dressing on. And she actually didn't pack it as much as it was packed before. So for example, she might have taken out like 2 pieces of gauze that was stuffed in there, and then when she changed it, she only stuffed in 1, so it was less pressure, you know what I'm saying? So that actually did help. I did feel some relief. It was not as painful on the site as it was before. So a day after I went through all that misery, my surgeon came in and changed my dressing again, and I think it had like soaked through and whatever again. Still a lot of liquid coming out of it. And when she found out that I hadn't seen it yet, she's like, girl, you need to look at it. Just look at it. Like, it's not that bad. So I looked at it, and it was not nearly as bad as what I was expecting. It wasn't purple, it wasn't crusty or scabby or stitchy or gross. It was a very small hole on a perfectly good, smooth, clean skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see how nice and clean my arm looks? That's how my belly looked. There was just a hole on it. Like, the rim of the thing wasn't crusty, dusty, gross. It just looked like I pushed a hole into my belly, and that was kind of it. But it was open, and luckily I was laying on my back when I was watching this happen, so I couldn't like see up into it kind of thing. So she said that there was 1 stitch on the surface, but I couldn't see it for whatever. I wasn't looking hard enough, I guess. But she changed it, and I was really scared. I was like, oh my god, this sucks. Like, I don't want to have to, like, how am I going to take care of this at home? Am I going to have to like stuff gauze in myself? And she's like, you know what? You're thin, you're healthy, you're doing great. It already looks so much smaller and more healed since I just operated on you a few days ago. Let's just not pack it anymore. Like, you're fine. So she took out the packing that the nurse did the day prior and didn't put any more in. And she didn't even clean it. It was so easy. So she ripped off the bandages, she pulled out the piece of gauze that was stuffed in there, and that hurt, and she was like, that's it, you're done. And I was like, what? I was like, aren't you gonna like stitch me or something? Like, cause I really thought that I had to be stitched before I was released. And she was like, no, it's just gonna stay an open wound. You're gonna go home like that. And I'm like, okay. I literally almost started crying because I was so relieved and so happy that I was not gonna have to get stitches, and that was it. Like, I was so anxious about having to use the wound cleanser and, you know, stuff that shit at home and getting stitches and whatever. Like, either way, it was gonna suck. Whether she stitched it together or not, there was gonna be some horrible maintenance that I had to do. But I found out that I don't have to do either of those things. All that I have to do is shower and not clean it at all. Just let water run over it, which is probably gonna hurt and sting like it did with the wound cleanser. Hopefully not as bad because it's just water. Isn't that crazy though? There's like a straight up hole in my abdomen right now. Like right where the stoma was, it's just a fucking like crater. And it's just chilling, and it's gonna close up by itself, she says, maybe in a week. Which is mind-blowing because it's a pretty damn big hole to expect it to close in a week, but she knows what she's talking about. It's just so crazy to look at it and be like, that little pathetic thing is what's causing me all this pain. Like so much, like literally look at how many pills they sent me home with. Oh my god, I can't get up. Ow. My pill container is full to the top each day. I need to take all these every day. Well, you know, each of these is one day, but that is a lot of pills, and they're all painkillers. That is the only purpose of these. Well, actually, no. I have Robaxin. What does Robaxin do? That's like a muscle spasm medicine, but it helps with pain. Like most, I'm pretty sure all those are just for pain. And my last surgery, they didn't send me home with any pain meds. Like I didn't need it. Like I was literally fine. I was just sort of impaired. Like it was hard to walk because I was stiff. My body was stiff, but it wasn't like so sore and so painful that I couldn't, like, I don't know why it's so different. And I really thought that this surgery was gonna be the easy one, but it is so not. Like it is so painful, it is so bad. I need to take pain meds like every 4 hours. Wait, no, every 6 hours. And it sucks. And it's so weird, and it's not what I expected. But I'm home now and everything's fine now. But I haven't showered yet, and I feel so freaking gross because I haven't showered in probably 5 days. So I'm probably gonna do that like right now. It's gonna be really scary. She wants me to take the dressing off and then get in the shower and just try my best not to get soap in it, which sounds terrifying, and then put new dressing on. But what I think I'm gonna do is shower with the old dressing on and wash everything, and then take the dressing off when there's definitely no more soap on my body. Why can't I breathe? This is so annoying. Oh my god. Give me a second. And then when there's no more soap on my body and I'm all the way rinsed off, then I'll take off the dressing and then just let water sort of run over it, I guess. I'm really not looking forward to it. And also I'm probably gonna get a better look at it. I'm really scared. I don't like this thing. But it's not as intimidating now because my surgeon put a smaller piece of gauze on. So it's not that like massive bandage that I had on before. Oh my god. This is hard. It looks like this. It's a lot smaller now. Yeah, bro. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
Not you. Hello. Anyway, that's it. Pretty much. Why are you so freaked out? He's mad that I'm dangling this camera cord in front of him. I'm gonna go eat dinner and then shower. And if I think of anything else, I'll tell you, because my mind isn't all there right now. Lots has happened. Did I say that right? A lot has happened. But I gotta go because I'm hungry and I want food, which is crazy because I have not been wanting food for the past few days. Like I've been practically starving myself.